F1 the movie is the most fun I've had in the theater all year, by far. Ain't even close. And I'm not even an F1 fan. I don't know when it comes to that sport. I'm a sports guy, but I don't know about Formula 1 racing. I know enough, like, how much the little things matter and how much, like, 0.01 seconds, how big and huge that actually is when it comes to the competition. But I don't know many of the drivers, you know. I know Lewis Hamilton, he's crossed into the mainstream. I know Checo Perez, you know, because I'm Mexican, so I gotta represent. Oscar Piastri, I know him. I've heard of Verstappen before, but the only drivers that I do know and recognize that actually matter in this case are Brad Pitt and Javier Bardem, and he don't really race that much. But the Formula 1 movie is so easy to understand, you need to know shit about it. You don't even have to drive. It stars Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, Javier Bardem in your pretty classic sports movie. If I have to describe this movie with other movies, I would call it Major League mixed with The Natural and Gran Turismo. Is Gran Turismo a sports movie or a game adaptation? In the Formula 1 movie, Javier Bardem is a former Formula 1 racer who used to race with Brad Pitt back in the day, but he is now the owner of a Formula 1 racing team. But his team sucks major ass. And if he doesn't get a win soon, he's going to be forced to sell the team. And on his team, he has this bright-futured rookie played by Damson Idris named Joshua Pierce, and very, very immature and like a hotshot, and he's walking around like a shit don't stink. So he enlists the help of his old buddy Brad Pitt, who used to race with him back in the day, and now he's like a journeyman race car guy. Like, he literally races anything with wheels. He doesn't care if it's NASCAR or Formula 1, he don't really give a shit. But Formula 1 was his shit back in the day. So he enlists his help to hopefully win a couple races. Like, when it comes to any sports movie, they're very predictable. But in case of this movie, a lot of the results of the things was very unpredictable and kept me on my toes. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I need to speak with somebody. But, like, I don't cry watching movies, but I only get, like, throat knots when it comes to sports movies and anything with animals. Anything else, I really don't care. Like, you could probably grab a baby and rip its head off and I'd be like, oh, that kind of sucks. But you do that to a dog or something, I start to like, no, I don't know. It's weird. I probably need therapy. So there was a couple times where I got, you know, that sports cry knot in the back of my throat for this specific movie. So it just really has you on your toes. I really didn't know where we were going the whole time. And the characters are actually very by the numbers, you know. You have Brad, who's like the grizzled veteran who walks in with like this, I am me and you're going to take me for me kind of confidence and cockiness that simply works, especially coming from Brad. And then you have this brash confidence from this youngster kid who you can't tell anything to either. So then these two forces of nature come and start clashing throughout the entire movie. And those relationships and their dynamics really play off screen very well. And the performances of the movie are good. I don't think anything is particularly Oscar worthy, but everything is good and everybody in the movie is good. The dialogue was good. You know, in sports movies, it could be either too campy or cheesy or come off goofy or weird. It didn't in this case. And you believe the relationship between each of the characters because of the dialogue and because of the performances. It felt like Bardem and Pitt have been buddies for 20 plus years like they are in the movie. It just felt like that was a real thing. Their chemistry was off the charts. They just did really well with the emotion in this movie, which I wasn't expecting. Like, what you're supposed to feel when you're supposed to feel it. The movie's kind of controlling your emotions at times, you know. You're rooting for Brad the whole time and why you're rooting for him, and his motivation is very easy to understand. And then there's some times where you just want to choke the rookie out because he's like comes up with some petty bullshit and does some stuff that you're like, really, bro? Like, you just get pissed off. So the movie is really manipulating your emotions throughout the entire movie. And the point of the story is really like, why are you doing what you're doing? What is the reason for it? You know, how much are you willing to sacrifice? How much are you willing to give up to reach that ultimate goal? And there's a couple of times where during the drama portions of the movie that it's not that they were boring or anything, but it was just like, okay, this is cool. I understand. Can we get back into the car now? Like, I really want to keep driving. Can we go back in the car? Like, the drama parts are important. I get it. Those are literally the reasons why the races actually matter. But the races are so cool. I just wanted to get back into the car. So when I came out of the movie and I thought I said something very smart and very creative and very unique, right? I thought I was making a gigantic point by saying, this F1 movie is this year's Top Gun Maverick. I was instantly corrected and told that it's the that's done by the same director. So it's like, no shit. Joseph Kosinski, who also directed the Gears of War Mad World trailer, which is also legendary and awesome. So that's part of his resume as well. That's very important.
And I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad.
He is so talented in transmitting speed, you know, and it's so simple. Like, oh yeah, well, yeah, let's just strap up a camera onto the thing that they're doing. But it's more than that. Like, the whole driving stuff is so exhilarating and very, very fun. The way that they capture the sense of speed is outrageous. So when I'm saying that it's this year's Top Gun, is like everything that you felt about the flying stuff from Top Gun, you're gonna feel about the driving in F1. It's very fun. It's very entertaining. It's outstanding work, both by the performances and how they shot stuff. There's a ton of different shots. Like there's one where like the camera turns 180 degrees from what Brad Pitt's supposed to be seeing back to his face, and then drone shots. There's just all kind of different shots that are edited perfectly together that it just really makes you feel like you're in there with them, and it's insane. These guys are going 180 miles an hour, if my math is correct, because they said 300 kilometers, and to capture that, I would imagine it's to be pretty difficult, and they did a fantastic job. It's easily the most fun I've had in the theater this year. A lot of it has to do maybe because I watched it in IMAX. If there's one movie you should watch in IMAX, it has to be Formula One. It's amazing. And the stunt work is great too. I was wondering how much driving did Brad and Damson actually do, and apparently they did quite a bit. The only thing is that they were actually driving Formula 2 cars that were modeled to look like Formula 1 cars. But hey, I don't know. I don't know the difference. Like, it still looked badass either way. It looked legit to me. The score by Hans Zimmer is awesome as well. They do use a lot of like real songs when some of the driving, and that paired with the driving, it just pumps you up. And the visuals plus the music just are paired well together that I really enjoyed this movie. I just hope that the IMAX-ness of the movie is not like clouding my judgment. Hopefully everything that I'm saying is also being translated through regular schmegular screens in the theater, right? It's definitely a theater movie. I don't know how well, maybe it's, I wonder how well it translates to like your home TVs. Hopefully when it comes out on digital, it doesn't just feel like a bunch of GoPros on a car. It's definitely worth seeing it on IMAX for sure. The one negative I might have is that it might have been maybe too long. It's over 2.5 hours, I believe. And it's not that you feel it, because everything around this movie is so fun that time is kind of going pretty fast. You know, there's a couple scenes that literally just added nothing except for a longer runtime. So you could definitely cut those out. But a lot of people love longer movies as well. But yeah, this movie is just simply super duper fun. I think Brad eats. I don't remember if he is. I actually forgot. I think he does. I think he has like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Brad Pitt is still one of the GOATs, you know. It's not like a knock your socks off performance. It's still Brad Pitt doing Brad Pitt shit, and that shit's also very, very cool. And when you couple that with very cool cinematography and very cool visuals and very cool music, you have a very cool fun movie, man. I don't know what else you want. But if you're not a Formula One fan, I have to warn you that you might leave as one at the end of this movie. It makes you fall in love with the sport so much, you know. It makes you interested and understand and get it, you know. It's not just racing as what most people think. There's a lot to it. And this movie does a great job in piquing your interest. I wouldn't be surprised if this gains Formula One a ton of fans, just because how great a job they did in translating the sport into a movie. But if you are a Formula One fan, I'm curious, what do you think about it? There's probably things that you might nitpick that could totally ruin the movie for you. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Even if you're not a Formula One fan, what did you think about it as well? Are you watching it? Do you care about it? Any and all Formula One, the movie thoughts, let me know down in the comments. So right down there, if you enjoyed this review, help me out by dropping a like and subscribing to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to always and forever, you do you.